Hey, Gmias here. I had Gmias on the show on Twitch, and I couldn't stop laughing. He is awesome. Definitely check out his channel. Linked in the description. Enjoy, because I sure did. This was great. We're going to start with chat questions. All right, so first chat question is ass or tits? All right, it's a little wild.
Listen, all right, I got to try to keep it PG-13 though, bro. You trying to get me in trouble over here or something?
Yeah. That's basically. I don't know. You came in. You came on the stream yesterday. You're talking about hot fire and how it's gonna be some fiery questions. Chat's already fired up. They're ready. They're going hard.
All right. So listen, it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make it a little bit different though. I'm just gonna say butt cheeks, bro. Is butt cheeks suitable enough for your stream, bro?
Perfect. I love it. All right. So split finger ass. What kind of lube does Gmias recommend for a noob playing weekend league?
Okay, lube. Okay, preferably EA provides the lube once you log in, so I wouldn't go ahead and say that you necessarily need to have anything going on with that. It's always there, bro. As soon as you see EA Sports, bro, you know Vaseline is all over your controller. So I think you need to go with that.
Hey, have you ever broken a controller playing this game?
Oh, bro. After this is over, what I'll do is I will probably just go ahead and send you a snapshot of that. I got like 5 PS4 controllers that are all over the place, bro.
I actually switched over to. Bro, oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I actually switched over to PlayStation this year because I broke literally eight controllers, and not from throwing it or anything, from literal like thumbstick deadness on Xbox. So I switched over to PlayStation controller because I've had this controller for like 5 years playing MLB The Show, and this is the only controller I've used. And it's like it's stayed like good. So it's like I switched over because they didn't break. But how do you break yours?
Okay, all you need to do is have a hard floor, aim it at the ground, and throw it with a lot of force. That's it, bro. But, it's very easy to do.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I'm not like Lamar Jackson and Mutt, because then I'd even miss the ground with that. But
no, bro. Yeah. That card. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. You've been having problems with that too. All of a sudden, he can't throw the ball. What's going on with that?
I don't know, man. Like I think it's like his pass lead. Maybe I don't know if it's every card because Dan Marino have had the same issues with like pass lead. They like throw it like behind the guy and it gets picked in man coverage. That's the worst. I think. Do you think pass lead's broke this year?
Pass lead is the same in my opinion with everybody. Like if this is what I did because like right now I don't like to buy packs often because the game is kind of it's sort of like I don't know I don't want to say rabies mixed with AIDS, but it's a game that I don't really like to stay on long. But I'll lab certain things, and I labbed the 6 feet league with Dan Marino and went back to Lamar, and they both actually throw the ball the same way when you hold the left analog stick. So it don't really matter to me. I don't think it really makes a difference.
Set feet lead is definitely like velocity. That's definitely a difference I've noticed with Dan. He like absolutely like zings it in there, which is like cool for like outside, but like inside the hash marks, like Isaiah Simmons was pick you off like 20 yards underneath the ball.
Well, Isaiah Simmons, he comes with built-in lurker, so he has the rocket launcher in his butt cheek. So as soon as it's ridiculous, bro. Somebody kicked me off 30 yards downfield the other day. Yeah, but yo, that's a guy you should definitely promote because you got to remember when was the last time we had a 6'4" safety in Madden?
Like, well, Taylor Mays back in the day was like he was like mislabeled, right? Wasn't he like? Or I guess.
yeah. He did have the wrong height, but I think he's like 6'3" though.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd just be Megatron, right? The out of positions.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're right. With 6'5", yeah, I remember that. But yeah, the game for the most part, yeah, like Isaiah Simmons is a must-have. You got to have him on your team.
Oh yeah, and he'll be like for like now a generation, right? Will we ever have a Madden game without Isaiah Simmons going forward, like Taylor Mays? Like I think he's he's gonna be an institution.
No, he's gonna absolutely be ridiculous because like right now, I don't know if everybody's noticed. You realize that you can't pick the ball with your middle linebackers that they don't jump, right? You've seen that?
Yeah.
Like you need a safety or a corner for you to jump. Yes. Yeah, pretty much. What do you think about that? Does that turn you on excessively, or what goes on with that?
So it's so weird. Like last year they said, oh, safety subbed in the linebacker spots. They won't be able to jump either. And this year that's like a complete lie, right? Safeties at linebacker spots will jump, but linebackers there won't. And like so I'm trying to go into packages and find stuff like trying to get as few linebackers on my field as possible because I've seen Adrian Wilson and Honey Badger like chuck guards out of the way like they don't weigh like 150 more pounds than them. Like it's insane out there.
But that's what I'm saying. The only defense you can really play in the game where you're gonna have that is probably like the nickel or you do dollar and anything else that's ridiculous. But you got to remember though, If you just want to completely break the game, just come out in 3-3-5 normal, and it just stops everything.
It's so like I faced a guy like that yesterday, where he basically take like the backside linebacker, run 2 steps toward the line of scrimmage, then click off, and he had like a homing missile strapped to him. It was seriously like a cruise missile. It was crazy how well he got to be like hit me in the line of scrimmage, if not in the backfield.
Well, you're probably like you're going to be in for it right now because Turbo Blitzing is back, so you're going to get that coming to you soon.
Is that something that you're currently doing?
Well, I figured out some things that shoots right through the gap with 4D linemen, so you could just hike the ball and the guy flies right in. So I'm pretty sure it's going to take over pretty soon. Yeah, bro.
I'm excited.
I'm going to tell you right now. No, listen, the thing about Madden is, look, you could be having an unbelievable day. Just be honest about it. Like, Gut Fox wakes up, you're like, all right, good. I piss excellence. And then you log in, and then you immediately start to rage. Do you get that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, but that's just Madden, right? Yeah.
Exactly. That's the only game that does that. Like, you could be having the most wonderful day. You just hit the lotto. You got $1 million. You log in, and you just hate everybody around you. Only Madden does that. That's it.
It's right there with like the worst of the like COD doesn't do that right away to you. It takes a little bit for COD for me to get that way, but yeah, Madden is like one game you can instantly flip that switch. It is pretty immediate. You are right, like that. Like, but okay. Overall, like Madden 21 though, do you feel it's better than 20?
It has to be. You know why? Because if it doesn't, the experiment that EA is doing on us doesn't work. You see what I'm saying? Like they make you hate one game so much that the other game just has to be better by default.
True.
Why does it smell
Wait,
like
hang on. Somebody's
farted in here?
I gotta turn off notifications here.
Hide me, how's Joe Mama? She's still sore.
Okay.
Also, Ursus will be home late tonight.
Give me a second. It's still saying something. All right,
Okay.
take it easy. All right. Off of Madden 21 for a second before we get back to it. A lot of people are asking about the face reveal. So you're like one of like the OG. What year did you start in Madden content uploading it on YouTube?
Uploading on YouTube, I started in 2012, but I was like dabbling in it like around 2008, 2009. I pretty much got into it because of like DC glitching. Like there was some guys that were just doing whatever they wanted and they weren't being exposed. They were actually selling like glitch guides and crazy stuff like that. And I used to, hustle and play the game for money and stuff like that. I know you guys have heard my wife tell stories about when I went to the city and we were playing for like 30 grand. I used to play it competitively when the game was good. So I started to play online around that was like 2008, 2009, like shortly after YouTube started. But I didn't create the channel Gmiasworld until 2012. So that's about the time that it started.
Yeah. That's like you're one of like the OGs of the uploading on the Madden community. Like a lot of that generation either like went away. Like we can go through many of them. What's that one that's beloved that he just like fell off the face of the world and stopped uploading? The user pick.
Oh, that's Addy Cards. That's
Addy Cards. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
let me say something briefly about him. That dude is one of the most genuine. He's one of the most genuine men you can ever meet in the community. I don't know if you've noticed, but the reason that I'm a little bit standoffish with a lot of these guys is because most of them, a high majority of them, are scumbags. So what happens is it's like a whole sea of poison, and he was like one of those guys that was like a decent human being. And I don't know exactly what happened with him, why he was forced out, but we had a great relationship. And he just said he's just done. And he was one of those guys that when I first started out, he reached out to me. And we used to talk all the time and just, BS about Madden. He's a really, really good guy. I would love to see him back in the Madden community someday. Addy Cards.
So you have no idea what happened to him now?
I have no idea because after he stopped uploading, he didn't respond anymore. It's like look, bro, it was so much stuff going on at that time. Like his channel exploded and I don't know what happened around him, but he just became like, he just cut everybody off. He doesn't even he didn't communicate. He stopped like tweeting stuff out. He stopped doing a lot of communication, so I wasn't able to figure out, what was going on with him. But prior to him leaving, we had a very, very good relationship. That's
good, but that's too bad we haven't heard. Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to catch up with him lately. I hope he's okay and he didn't actually nothing bad happened to him. But with that, like you're one of like the I'd say like the older, like the OG generation, but you're like the only one that's held off on the face reveal. I know when I used to not reveal my face, I get this question a lot and I hate it. I'm sure you do too. Mm-hmm. So like explain to us, what's the thought? Because like, Cullenberger didn't do one for a long time either, then he did it. And so many people have done those face reveals, Texas too. And like a lot of people that were here before me. Bucks fan, thanks for subbing. Why did you decide? I want to keep not revealing the face.
It's all about. It's just the old school version of it. Like, probably sometime eventually I would do it, but it wasn't about me showing myself and trying to gain fame off of it. I just wanted to spread comedy and spread joy with the actual game. So it was never something that I really envisioned myself doing, like showing my face and engaging with people and stuff like that, other than just giving the videos out. But it's not nothing that's like a major reason why I haven't done it. It's just that when I started off, I never intended on doing that. So, eventually probably, we'll probably do some kind of special stream. I'll do a face reveal or whatever, but it's not like I'm doing it. Because,
Woo!
Yeah, we'll be like, hit me up on, we'll go, hit you up, and I'll probably do a face reveal with you on the stream or whatever. It's not that big of a deal for me, but I know a lot of people, like with you, watching you before you did your face reveal and after your face reveal, your stream blew up and you started to get a lot more viewers. So it does have benefit, but for me, it was nothing that I ever really intended to do, so it didn't really matter to me.
Yeah, that's it coincided with me going full time. The reason I didn't have a face reveal back in the day is because I don't want the stupid shit I say online to catch up to me in real life. But after I didn't have a real life anymore, where I'm just like locked in a basement like 12, 14 hours a day, and then I go and sleep the other rest of the day, just creating Madden content. It doesn't really matter anymore. It's literally my life now. So that's why I did it. Like that's why I did the face reveal a little later, because I didn't need real life consequences at the job. So, but although I don't really get recognized whenever I have to leave for toiletries or essentials or picking up more. I guess I was gonna say EA lube, but I guess that comes provided already.
Yeah, bro.
So
I don't. You logged in, bro. You got the lube instantly.
That's true. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Whenever you decide to do that, let me know. You should do like a big to do about it. Like I did a video, but like if you do a stream. Yeah, let me hop on. Obviously, you're gonna do that on your channel. Everybody. So I just updated the title. It's Gmias. Could somebody put Gmias stream in the chat? I'm having trouble enunciating and saying words. But,
you've been playing Madden. It's fine, bro. It's one of the side effects. Yeah. Don't worry about it. You'll be okay. Bro, you're used to it. I don't know if you've noticed, but if anybody has constipation, let them play Madden, bro. They'll be fine. Bro, you're gonna let like something out. This game, yeah, bro. Listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. Look, bro, have you experienced when you've played the perfect defense and the ball goes directly through your body, like specific? I don't know if you've ever played Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, like Mortal Kombat, bro. Like and it's been going on for years. This dates back to 2016 when I made the song "Through Your Body." And Rex Dixon is a great guy. Shout out to Rex. He was one of the greater guys because. He actually understood, like, just layman terms. Like, look, bro, the ball is going through people's bodies. And I remember at one of the EA plays in Cali, he actually brought up my song, and he was telling the developers, like, yo, we need to stop this. It's never been stopped, but I just wanted to say shout out to Rex, bro. He actually, bro, that guy right there, listen, I'm telling you, see, the thing about it is we're so used to it, we try to laugh about it, but for the most part, if you're a human being, you cry when you get off stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't you can't not be in your feels. Yeah, I 100% agree.
It's like, what are you doing, bro? It's a lot of stuff that goes on, like where you're playing the game. You're like, are you serious? But then again, you're like, it's been going on for so long. It's like, all right, I'm used to it. It's like you just wake up and know, because like you said, that's what your life is now, and we just chose a game that's gonna torture us for the rest of our time while we're doing it. That's all.
Yeah. How do you feel like, okay, so last year you became like obviously over time, but like last year specifically with the Gmiasworld, you became pretty, I would say, infamous in, I mean, you've already been well known in the community, but like, I don't know how to say it, like more infamous in the community about that specific swerve and making the game overall worse.
Yes.
Like, what do you feel about using those kind of tactics in Madden? Do you have any remorse for using like what people would say cheap tactics in the game?
All right, remorse, negative. My intention is to make my opponent want to break everything in his house. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is this. Madden 15, I don't know if you guys played Madden 15, but Madden 15 was more of a Madden. That was one of the more realistic Maddens where height actually mattered. So with the actual, they called it the Gmias streak. A couple of Madden pros started calling it the Gmias streak. And then I had a whole bunch of guys start running it. The intention of it was, the game was so overpowered with the run, we had to find something else to make the game enjoyable. So for the people that were putting the game down, they actually came back and started throwing streaks. So it was one way or the other, bro. The guy that won the highest championship had a punter at QB, bro. So it wasn't me destroying the game. So you got to understand that. Like, the game was already broken. But never, bro, I went to sleep like a baby, bro. Like, I snored, and I had like a, like a teddy bear next to me, bro. Like, it was beautiful. Every time I mossed somebody for 6, and I knew that they felt the pain, bro, I went to sleep just like a baby.
Oh, that's classic. Yeah, like, how do you sleep at night with a warm glass of milk and a nice pillow? So like,
absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah. That is too funny. Like, I agree. Like, there's a lot of, like, shitty things that happen to us in this game, and really it's just the game after a while, right? Like, you can't really, like, say, hey, this is worse than the other thing. Obviously, I prefer, like, a better football simulation, but I've always said it's on the developers to fix their game. It's not about the players, because players will want to win no matter what, even if they play the most boring game style ever, with, like, just run stretch dive the whole game, because they win, because this game's all the rewards are like totally geared towards wins and how much you can win, that, like, you're incentivized to do that kind of shit. Like, but where do you draw the line, right? There used to be, like, old field goal block glitches. There's currently the glitch on disconnecting guys, like, where if you quit with 0 seconds on the clock, that the win doesn't count, and you'll oftentimes reverse it or not get the L for that. Do you draw the line at DC glitching, or is that fair game in your mind?
No, DC glitching is outside of the game. So, like, right away, like, as far as the pro players go, the pro players, they view the game differently. Like, they even though they use it primarily to go out there and compete and get the money, I agree that one of the guys that was caught blatantly cheating, that was a pro, disconnecting, problem eventually got the #1 spot, which he deserves, because DC glitching is outside of the realm, like you just said, of the developers. See, the game is designed to do certain things, and it's up to us as players to find out what works within the game. Anything that can disconnect and cheat your opponent, it's unacceptable at all costs. Because remember, right? If I do, let's say I play Gut Fox, and you see that I'm turbo blitzing your brains out, you are going to figure out a way to do the same exact thing that I'm doing, because you see that it was beneficial. If you get glitched and you're winning, it's a whole different thing. Because most players from the old school, when, back in the day, like Madden 08 had a crazy turbo blitz, and nobody really complained about it, probably because social media wasn't as big, but they figured out ways to deal with it and how to stop it. They weren't trying to DC glitch the game. That's just like going back to, like, Cain and Abel and a bunch of scumbag idiots trying to get wins to get up on the leaderboard. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have no way to stop it. You like with the Gmiasworld streak, you can lock it up. Like, some people locked it up, and I had to run stretch. So it wasn't like it was unstoppable. It was just very difficult to stop. But when you DC somebody, you're a scumbag piece of garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. It's all about, like, what can be countered in game. And I feel like DC glitching, you literally can't counter it through any purpose. So I'm 100% with you right there, in game versus out of game and counters. And so, like, we're on the same page there. All right, there's a few questions in chat I definitely want to talk to you about. First one is, who's your most memorable rage cell, since you do seem to be a known, I guess, for saying this guy's off the team? Who's your
the most memorable? It would have to be in Madden 16, when I got rid of Randy Moss because the punter was doing the OBJ catch and nothing mattered. Like, this game, bro, listen, Madden has done so much to me, bro. You have no idea. Like I got to give you credit, bro. I know you're crying inside most of the time when you're playing the game, but you have to put on a smile for the stream. But this game is something that I've never, bro. Listen, I've seen some really bad stuff, bro. Like, I grew up in a place where it was like, oh, you woke up this morning, that's good, you didn't die. Like, I grew up in a very bad place. This game makes me just want to go back there. Like, when I escaped that, I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, this game right here, and you know what's crazy about this game is, you and we can complain about everything and specifically show them exactly what's going on, and they will not fix it. They will not fix it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you love the game, and I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, you have to laugh. You have to laugh to keep from crying, bro. Bro, I'm telling you.
Oh, I almost am crying for how much I'm laughing. Holy shit. Yeah.
Exactly. Listen, all of Gut Fox viewers, I'm telling you, he cries like a baby after every stream, because this game is one of the wildest things that's ever been made. It's wild. It's wild. It's absolutely crazy. The game is crazy as hell.
All right, okay, I gotta get out. Yeah, I agree. Let's move on. So I'm saying this a lot. So one of my favorite content I've been doing lately are ban appeals on stream, where basically people whisper me, be like, "Hey man, I got banned for this reason," and then what? I thought it turned off alerts. Weird. But anyways, people are basically asking like, "Do you have a ban appeal process? Is there a way that they could get unbanned from your stream?" Because I like it. It's good content, because then I let the chat decide thumbs up, thumbs down. You know, maybe we should do a roll. Like, usually we roll like a D20 dice, and if they get it over a certain number, depending on the severity of like their assholery, we'll unban them, because we let RNG, the god, choose whether you live or die, because we are at his mercy overall playing this game. So we want to let him, you know, see who lives and who dies, and follow his rule. So like, we can try and get on his good side. Do you have a ban appeal process or any sort of thing like that?
Yeah, I've never thought of it that way, because usually the guys that get banned are usually scumbags. So it's like, even though they say they never did anything, they absolutely did something. But in certain cases, people may have, you know, some of my mods may have overreacted or whatever, but it doesn't really matter, because I trust my mods with it. But what I'll do is, because you know, you're bringing up the subject, I'll talk with my mods and we'll figure out if we should have an appeal process, because, you know, everybody deserves a second chance except for OJ Simpson.
Fair enough. I think it's like really good. I think it's really good stream content. I like people judging them. Like, let them hang. I don't know. I appreciate Twitch chat gets pretty involved in it. I appreciate the content, and I think Twitch chat seems to like it too. But yeah, maybe for the future, figure out a way for people to, like, I don't know, send in appeals either on the Discord, or maybe like start a Google Doc that people. Oh, I don't know about that. That's probably a bad idea, because anybody could mess with it. I don't know, but I just do it with let people whisper me. But yeah, go on.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. The thing about that too is, you already know, like, most of these guys just want to get back in, because, you know, it's cool to be in the chat and talk to us and have fun. So they realize when they can't speak anymore, it's no longer a joke. But most of these guys, I'm pretty sure that you know, that won an appeal, you've banned them again, because they're just douches. Like, it is what it is. But I think that you're right. I think that they should have an appeals process. I'm gonna review that with the mods. I'll talk to Migos, you know, Andrew and the guys, Mike Antonio, and we'll come up with a solution and figure out how we can get the guys to, you know, get a chance to have an appeal. I think everybody deserves a second chance once again, except for OJ Simpson.
Chat did not like that take. Chat's like, OJ's innocent as fuck. OJ didn't do it. What the fuck? Somebody said OJ's had plenty of second chances, but we'll leave that.
I was gonna say one thing real quick. Even though he got off the first thing, why did he go to Vegas and do what he did the second time? If I get off of something major, I'm not leaving my house again. So that's why I don't really think he deserves anything else. But go ahead, it's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. That was kind of weird to do the whole armed robbery thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, like, Madden 21 being, like, I actually think, like, outside of some of the bugs that have happened in Madden 21, like, do you really think old Maddens had better gameplay with all those turbo blitzes and all the things that happened than current? Because you said, you mentioned earlier, oh, back when Madden was good. Do you actually believe, like, those, you know, old Maddens were better than Madden 21?
All right, now the concepts behind it, I would be, like, naive to say that the concepts that they've incorporated into the game didn't make the game theoretically better. It's sort of like saying that NFL 2K5 is better than Madden right now. It's not, because it doesn't have the actual capabilities of what these engineers have been able to do. With that being said, they put stuff in the game that doesn't make sense or that just doesn't work. Let me give you an example. In Madden 17, you remember that they had, what was it, 17? They did like the target passing. That was a nightmare. This year,
that was 18, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. 18. Okay, so, and then now in this year, one of their biggest things was like throw out of the sack. And then dudes were throwing 90-yard dots out of the sack. Now, they just patched it, but I'm just saying, like, they put stuff in the game that makes you want to just start ripping through sheetrock in your house. But I think right now, the game has the capability to be very, very good. It's just, you know what it is? It's minor details like making my players be human stills of matter so that balls can't go through them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird stuff like that. The game overall is actually really good. It just has to have, like basic stuff fixed. Like, okay, let me give you like a really, really good scenario. You have Barry Sanders. You're running, and it's a 10-yard difference between you and the defender, and he jumps like Superman, like you've never seen it, and just dives and warp tackles you. Why would they put that in the game? That doesn't make any sense. That will never. It's certain things that will never ever happen. And I can guarantee you this: if you've seen Barry Sanders run, it is no way that when he has a 10-yard lead that any player could dive like Superman and tackle him. But yet, it's been happening in Madden since the Madden 16 patch when they tried to patch Rashad Perriman. And that was all. Madden became destroyed after that patch because everybody was complaining about Rashad Perriman. That's when they created the guy sliding into your body and foolishness like that. And they've never been able to get over that hump. But the game itself, it's light years ahead of whatever else was before it because the technology advances. Like when PS5 comes out, it's probably going to be a better game. But as far as the technicalities in the game, it's very, very frustrating to deal with it. It's not even a question.
No, I agree. I mean, they've made a lot of bad steps over the few years. But, like, there was, like you talk about Madden 15, 16. I think you might be right, like 16, 17 era. I don't think suction tackles were in 15. But, like, suction tackles, we used to have that cone. And you're right about that shit. Like, I felt like they did a good job getting rid of it. But 100% that shit's back this year. And it is strange to see why did they bring back suction tackles? Why am I getting like go gadget arms if I've often called it like Inspector Gadget, like they just like warp tackle. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like I agree there, but like when you consider that versus the old Maddens and the amount of things that were wrong there with like when you talk about blitzing through, you wouldn't be able to like play under center football at all because you wouldn't be able to drop back because you'd be sacked before you drop back. So like I don't know. I think overall, because everybody says like 2K5 and stuff like you mentioned. Somebody said 2K5's presentation. True. Like 05 and Madden and 2K had much better franchise modes than Madden has right now. But gameplay wise, like it's not even the same league, right? When people show videos like All Pro Football 2K8 or some like alternate other football game that's going on right now, and they're like waddling down the field, like how linemen right now run with like shit in their pants. It's the same thing of like 2K8. Where it's like is it like I feel like people are like trying to sell me on something like a snake oil salesman when they tell me those old games are better than this current one for at least gameplay wise. So like it's just I don't know. I will never believe that because I played those during that era, right? In 05, I 100% thought Madden 05 was better than 2K5. So like to tell me that and Madden's gotten better in my opinion every year, just about it's taken some step backs of course like we talked about, but like it just doesn't make sense to me that if Madden was better in 05 than 2K5 was. And Madden 21's better than 05. I think that's like some like 10th grade, like, I don't know, geometry, transitive property, some shit like that. That just makes sense that it's better now than it was then.
Yeah, look, but that's what I'm saying. But people, they like to get stuck in their ways. And what happens is 2K, I don't know, if you had a Dreamcast, when 2K came out, that was one of the best football games ever. But you can't live in the past. You have to give EA developers do a good job of making the game better, quote unquote better, because it does take a step in the right direction, with the exception of franchise mode. That game is, I don't know what they're doing with that. Everything's been the same over the last, but as far as the gameplay, I have friends that are diehard old school NFL 2K5, all that stuff. And I have to convince them and let them understand, even though Madden has a lot of bugs, it's still way better. Just the concepts, like they have things like run fits and things like that these other games didn't have. I remember just running around and doing whatever I wanted. There was no concept. So the game itself has gotten better. That's a fact. I'm not complaining about the growth of the game. The game has gotten better. It's just basic, minor things that they need to, just look at. Like, why is somebody Inspector Gadget on the field, but we don't have a card for him? Like, look, put it like this. If they gave us you know what I'm saying? Like, put it like this. If they wanted to say, you know what, due to Gut Fox recommendation, we're going to add a, Inspector Gadget chem. If that was in the game, I would accept it because it's a chemistry. But there's no excuse for what goes on because it's not documented. There's no documentation about it. So, that's all I'm saying. If you're going to make abilities, make them work. And that's another thing. A lot of the abilities don't work. And they know it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked for so long. Because like I said, if there was an ability where it's like, all right, if the quarterback throws the ball at this velocity, it can go through your body and you don't die, and that was the chemistry, I would not argue. I would just say, you know what, bro? That's what the ability says. It can go through his body and he doesn't die. I'm good. But it doesn't state that. So that doesn't make sense. It should not happen, especially on a regular basis. When you throw the ball and you're right in front and you're picking it off and it's through you and the guy is running behind you, I think that's a problem.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a major problem because, like, what was it, a couple years ago, obviously after your song, and Rex was talking about it, they used to do that real ball physics, where like it's an actual football now, so you won't see it do those things where it goes through people. And that was, like you said, clearly live, but it's interesting they literally advertised that as a main selling point of their game, and it's still not happening. So I 100% agree, but yeah, it is what it is. Somebody asked in chat, let me scroll back to that one. That was a pretty good one. What do you think social media, now that a glitch is found, everyone knows and uses it. Do you think social media has made this game worse or better?
All right, so social media is kind of dangerous because I don't know. Like, let's go back. Like, I'm gonna go old school for you guys. Like The Legend of Zelda. If social media was around when Zelda was out, Zelda wouldn't have been the same experience for a lot of people because you would have been able to get all the things you need. You wouldn't have to use your brain. You would have, it wouldn't have been the same experience. So social media makes every game easier, but that's the difference between us and the people that just use social media. We have to find things that are not there. It's sort of like what I said with the Gmiasworld streak. Like in February of 2020, I figured it out. I put it out to my viewers. They started to figure it out. It started to go. But I never told them how to do it. They had to figure it out themselves. The problem with social media is they give you everything. So because they give it to you, that's what pollutes the game. You see, like if you just show somebody something and they still have to figure it out, it's different. But now somebody is going to always be able to tell another idiot that comes out running cover 4 drop every snap that hasn't taken a shower in 19 weeks. And he just locks you up, rushing nobody. You can't run the ball. You can't pass. Why? Because some idiot put that out, that cover 4 drop stops everything. And that defense has been like the devil on earth for the last 4 years. So things like that, you can still counter it, but social media makes it a lot easier for everybody to be good because there's no game that can come out that theoretically you can have a problem with and not complete. Like Resident Evil, even back like Resident Evil, when it was like things with like putting the right emblem into the socket, like you have to figure stuff out. Like nobody was on the internet like, yo, bro, this is how you do it. So because everybody has the knowledge and they're putting it out there and it's so easy, that's why everybody else believes that they're so good. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was no social media, you would have to learn through word of mouth in different ways, and then you would have to be good the way it was back in the day. That's why, like I said, I'm very, very adamant about, like, when it comes to pro players, Madden has been relatively easy for everyone since Madden 16. Like, it's been, like, extremely easy. And when I say easy, I believe that was what their intention was, which is why the game is such a big seller, because anybody can pick it up and play it. So people get mad at me when I say I respect more of the old school competitive players than I do the new school ones, because those guys, the game was actually competitive. Like right now, you can be the best player in the world and play a 6-month-old infant with doodle up her back, and she will beat you because all she has to do is press the button. She just has to press the button. That's all she has to do. And I don't know if you've ever done this. Try this in a real game. Hike the ball, run stretch, and put the controller down. And the control, and it'll do everything for you. Bro, it'll find the hole. Yeah. It'll go
stretch
exactly.
dive.
Bro, it just does it. It just does it. Bro, the game does it for you. That doesn't make sense. But that's what's been in the game.
Yeah. Now, what you say, like, all right, I feel like you were personally attacking me with that Zelda thing because I remember getting stuck for, like, if I ever got like 15 minutes plus on something, dog, I'd go up to, like, the IGN message boards or some shit, or like fucking online things already, and, like, fucking late 90s or whatever it was, 2000s, and look that shit up myself. So, like, I feel, I know what you're saying, but I've been relying on that shit forever, so I don't have an argument there. The thing about social media, though, is, like, the positive side of it is also, we wouldn't know, like, those people DC glitching like Franchise did without social media, without them capturing it on all of our consoles and uploading it and sharing it and then problem retweeting it and then developers seeing it. So, like, it's like a double-edged sword in the fact that shitty things get spread fast, but shitty things also get patched, like, better, that we have more examples of and we can show it. So I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm more on the side of the fence that, like, I think social media, while it is annoying during the year-over-year improvements, I feel like it helps. So, yeah, I don't know.
I totally agree with you because the double-edged sword analogy is very, very, like, it's spot on. Because, like I said, with a guy, with an outright, you got to think about how bold that competitor was to glitch that kid that he did and get caught on video. Like, you are an absolute idiot, sir, because your name is in the top right, you moron. And you're doing it, and you know all of these consoles can record. So what the hell are you doing? So, like you said, if there weren't the kind of technology that we have right now, obviously we wouldn't get it. So I agree with that because I despise DC glitchers. Like, I don't think that there's any place for them in the game. Like, if you intentionally are losing, like, I've had the doors blown off me. And I just sit there and take it like a man, bro. Because my breaking point is beating me by 150. And nobody's ever gotten there. So I'm going to sit there and take my beating, bro. But, like for me to even think about taking your win away, no matter what, bro, that's just really disgusting to me. So, in my opinion, that competitor should be banned for the year. But that's another story.
Yeah, we won't get. We'll see what they end up doing with him and whatnot. Like, what do you think about people playing on like multiple weekend league accounts and getting multiple rewards and qualifying multiple times? Like last year, like I heard, like I think W put out on social media, like, you know what, this guy, you know, people in weekend league qualifying, they're not taking anybody's spot away. But like we saw last year, this guy literally took away Throne's spot. And I forgot what clubs here. Was it Kansas City or something? He literally cheated his way in through like matching up with a friend or you know, having the friend quit at midnight. And he just beat Throne out for it. And then they end up finding out later that he was like involved in some sort of child assault case or something. There's like he got DC. So it's the same guy. He literally cheated Throne out of a spot. And so I don't necessarily agree with that. Like people that are like cheating, they are definitely taking spots away from people that are trying to get in there, and that's like the biggest case that I can remember, because we've seen competitors in the past like go to each other's house and play on their systems to qualify for them too. So like there's a lot of shenanigans going on there. What do you think about people playing multiple accounts for weekend league to try and qualify for clubs?
I think that once they once they announce that it's now competitive and you're playing for a spot, that they should track the IPs of who's using it and see who's logging in from where, because it like the competitive, it takes away from the integrity of it. And like Madden has a lot of bad things that have happened within their game that has never happened in any other gaming franchise. So they have to be very, very careful with that. And I think the integrity is really jeopardized when you do that. Also, shout out to Throne. He's a good guy. When everybody was raging about my Gmiasworld streak, he was a pretty good guy about it. So shout out to Throne. He's a good guy. I didn't know he was the one that was beaten out for the spot. That was kind of weird. But yeah, with the way that it is, EA can track where you're playing from and see who logs in on what and what happens. And I agree with you totally. You should only be allowed from your IP to play one weekend league. And if you got to drive like 30 miles to go cheat, make it worth it. Make the guy have to go do that. Don't make it easy and the guy is just, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's sort of like this. Like, if you want to cheat on your woman, bro, don't cheat on your woman with the girl across the street. Like, show some respect. Go, like, 30 miles down. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, have some respect. Like, these dudes are cheating right at their house, bro. Like, they are logging in to the account, playing 3, 4, 5 accounts. And like I said, that to me is EA and Madden League Ops having to step up and start tracking IPs. Because if you track the IP and you're like, hold up, wait a minute. You live here and you're playing over there. Oh, okay, you're banned. Like, you see what I'm saying? And you just got to ban one name and everybody stops. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah, make an example out of him. Frontier Justice style. Yeah, I know Panty, I know what you say about he didn't boot it. He matched it with his friend. Sorry, I didn't say it well enough. Yeah, he matched it with his friend to go up the SC leaderboard right before like midnight or something, and booted Throne on that because basically boot him out of the tournament for that. So it's interesting. It's interesting that you bring that up. I just want to ask. So I think you and your significant other work together really well on stream, and you have a pretty good, I would say, back and forth there. How I don't even know the question I want to ask other than like how do I just like get you to comment on that and how that like Madden affects your relationship, and like does she enjoy doing all the content with you?
Well, pretty much I've known my wife forever, so she understands what, like I told you, she used to come with me to like tournaments in the projects. You know, we were all over New York City doing a lot of crazy stuff. Like I said, I never intended to be a YouTuber. So when I first came on the scene, a lot of people that knew me when I first came on, they know what I am and they understand like my limits to what you can do and what you can't do. Cause I'm not really like, I'm like a hybrid, dude. Like I love the game. I love what it does. And I love that we all have the opportunity, a lot of the other content creators out there, to make a living for our families. But as far as my wife enjoying it, she hates Madden. She just likes to torment me. So what happens is, look, we all know, I've watched you on stream pull straight garbage out of packs. So she loves that. And that makes her happy. So that's why she's always so motivated, because she gets to see me just be so upset, knowing that EA is laughing as we spend hundreds and hundreds on bundles and we're pulling 80 overall cards. So trust me, no, bro, she hates the game, bro. She hates everything Madden. But to see me, like, bro, she'll come down while I'm streaming and I will be raging, bro. Like the other day, I almost broke another controller. She's like, "What's wrong?" Like, you know what's wrong. Like, why are you asking me that? So she's like an instigator, but it helps her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing about it is, and this is, if you're gonna build a relationship with anyone, they gotta understand what you do, and that's what it is with her. That's why it's beautiful that it works, because she understands what I do, and she also knows that, it's a way to aggravate, make me even more upset. And in that way, it's like even more entertaining. But she truly gets off from that, bro. Like, there's no vibrator necessary. She just gets off on that.
I won't ask any more into that and how that affects more of your relationship on the anger and how that gets taken out or how that gets exercised out of the body. But I'll just leave that. That's cool. Everybody in chat spamming the Pat goddess. So she pulls fire though, huh? How does she get mad if?
Bro,
go on.
She's really, really good. Like she pulled like 4 or 5 golden tickets last year, and what's crazy is she doesn't know what she's pulling. Yeah, really? Bro, 5. Yeah, so you know what it is? It's like, that's why I believe that EA makes the game for people that have no idea what's going on. Because you and I that understand the game will pull garbage over and over again, and a random idiot will just pull the best card in the game. So like, I think they kind of sense that there's somebody that has no idea what's going on when she's pulling packs. And she just pulls golden tickets, bro. Any card that's high overall, she pulls it. Bro, she pulls it. No, bro, I'm so serious. Dog, I'm looking at her like, do you know what you just pulled? But she doesn't care because she doesn't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? She's like, whatever, I don't care about this. All she wants to do is, bro, you know what I'm saying? So it's weird, but I'm telling you, EA knows when there's a noob on the game. That's why when we're done with this call and you go into a game, you're going to play a guy that can't see out of both of his eyes, and he's going to beat the brakes off you because EA knows what's going on. You see what I'm saying? They can sense it. They know when to, and you're going to see it. Like, everybody that's in there watching Gutfox, stay for the next game. Watch what happens to them. These guys have no idea what they're doing, and they will beat you by 30. And that's what I mean. Bro, you got to remember, the older Maddens when the Madden was good, when I say good, I mean that there was an advantage to understanding the game, not the concepts and like the code with the game, but just the, like if you knew something that was better than your opponent, you would beat them. Now it doesn't matter. You can just come out with something random and do whatever you want. But before, it was a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, I know people like, yo, bro, the game has changed, but like Madden 16 became so easy. I can't take away from the OGs that were playing, even like RG. When RG was back in 08 and all that stuff, like these guys, those Maddens were serious, bro. And you had to be good. You couldn't be coming out there like, yeah, what's up, bro? I'm about to come out here and run cover 4 drop. You couldn't do that. Bro, when Problem was out there grinding, those games were crazy as F, bro. Like, dudes were coming out there with the Daniel San, handkerchief on their head, bro. Like, it was serious, like, intense stuff going on. Now, bro, listen, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Yo, all of you guys are in the stream. Look, Fox is going to be crying tears after the stream because somebody's going to beat the brakes off of him that sucks at the game. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's what happened to Madden. Bro, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's a coincidence that Problem hasn't been in any of the top finishes over the last 3 years?
Well, a coincidence? I don't know. I think, like, Problem streams a lot, and the problem with streaming a lot is people, like, because Madden, it's like a knowledge gap. So people know what he's gonna do because he streams every day, and it's very hard. We don't see any streamers like win, right? We've seen the streamers get far, right? Henry got pretty far last year, but we didn't see any of them win. So like it's a different thing because they know what you're gonna do and know how you're gonna attack stuff. But do I think it's a coincidence that he hasn't won? I don't know. Also, maybe more people are into competitive now too. So I don't know. There's a few factors I think with Problem.
This is my point, right? They don't show what they're really doing on stream. See, look, back in the day, old school Madden, like when I was playing it competitively, every Madden, like real competitive player back in the day had 3 schemes. That was the magic number. Like I would go one place and they would know me for something, and I would go someplace else, and then they would never know what I'm gonna do. The reason that Problem was good, if you look into the history of what made him good, he always brought something out that nobody ever seen. The problem with these Maddens, it doesn't matter. You see, like, look, put it like this, right? Back in the older Maddens, if you beat somebody deep, that person was beat deep. Now you click on, the dude gets a rocket launcher in the middle betwixt his butt cheeks, and he just flies, and he's picking you off. That is stupid. That does not make any sense. So it's a lot of technicalities within the game that has changed to make it easier. And we all benefit from it, but in my opinion, it takes away from it. Like, again, remember this, right? If anybody had a punter at QB when Madden was good, they're not winning anything. Nothing. They're winning nothing. But you're able to do that because they created a game where the run game was just so ridiculous, it didn't matter. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've made it a lot easier to manipulate what goes on within the game more than ever. And again, I'm telling you right now, and when you bring up Henry lost because he made a mistake. He just made one mistake that cost him. Henry, by far, was one of the better players in there. And he wasn't even streaming as much. But he's by far one of the better players. But he just made a mistake. It was an error. He knows that he made a mistake. That was it. He's very, very skilled at the game, though. I'm not taking anything away from somebody being extremely skilled at the game. It's just that the game itself is a lot easier than it ever was before. That's all. It's all like this, right? Let's think about it. If we talk about current QBs, who do you think is the best QB of all time?
Well, Brady, Rodgers. Who else would be there? Like Marino and Manning. I guess are like the four that you really think of.
Okay, those are great picks, right? So now think about this. The one name that you put out, Dan Marino, he never won a ring, but he played at a time where the game was violent as F. And dudes was picking him up, suplexing him. You thought you were watching a WWF match? It was crazy. Now, basically, you can't touch Brady. Yeah, you can't touch Brady. You can't do a lot of things. So these QBs have a better comfort zone, especially the ones that don't run and that become a runner. So it's different type of errors. So technically, the QB position has gotten a lot easier because they can't hit him the way they used to. So I give more credit to a guy like Dan Marino that knew when he was throwing the ball, somebody was ripping his kneecaps out and walking away with it. But that's my opinion. You see what I'm saying? The game right now is very easy. Like I said, the turbo blitz is back. So you're going to see it when you stream. They're going to be shooting the gap right up the middle and sacking you instantly, right? The only way to counter it is to actually run play action. So if you don't like to run play action, you're going to get sacked every time. Most people don't like to run play action, but now, Madden has gotten better. So you go ahead.
Is it play action lineman blocking, or you gotta let the play action play out? Like, cause like there's the lineman blocking, it's either drop back or the play action go forward. You can see it on the field with the art. So like, do you have to actually run the play action, or you just have to run play action plays so you can put the running back on something else?
No, you have to run the play action play and start it, and then cancel the play action so the running back actually blocks the blitzer.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so you'll see it, and then yeah. So what happens is you'll hike it, and then the guy will be turbo blitzing, and then you'll press the R2 trigger or whatever. You'll cancel it. The running back will see him, and then he'll block him. But if you run any regular passing plays from shotgun under center, once the idiot that you're playing knows how to do it, one of the idiots will be myself. But I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna shoot the gap, and that's what's gonna happen. But that's the only way. That's the way to stop it. Just so everybody knows that's in your stream. You just gave them a free tip. You run play action. You press the R2 button. Yeah, you press the R2 button to cancel it. The running back picks up the turbo blitzer.
So like, that's pretty interesting because we didn't really have a turbo blitz last year, but we had one in 19. I remember that they patched a couple times, right? You were running one in 19, if I recall. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, 19 was vicious. Yep.
Yeah. So like, it's weird that we didn't see one last year though. Is it just because we didn't try to do it?
It could have been a mixture of that. It also is what happens is this, right? The way that you actually do it this year is a little bit more technical because you have to like kind of. You gotta like pretty much you have to like pinch your line. In some cases, it's two versions. People will come out and have their line spread, or they'll pinch the line, and you'll get in right between the guard, or you'll get in right between the guard and the tackle. It's the guard in the center, or the guard and the tackle, and it depends on how you set it up. But last year, the way the game played, the blitzing was coming in anyway, so you didn't need the turbo blitz. But there were turbo blitzes. But you would, like if you ran 3-4 bear, which was my defense last year, you were getting instant pressure immediately. They took that away, and now all the old linemen are just very, very intelligent. Like, they all went to Harvard, they went to Yale, they went to wherever else after. They're very, very smart. It's kind of stupid, but that's what they've done. So look, with the turbo blitz right now, it's sort of like this. They gave us no other option, Fox. If you think about it, they made the O-line so good. What are guys like me gonna do? I gotta find a way to come in there. So I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna go into the lab. I'm gonna go on all Madden difficulty. And I'm going to figure out a way to make the AI not pay attention to me because I know the EA is not checking everything. And I'm going to figure it out. Because if you're going to make the O-line that smart, I still got to get pressure. I hate running three-man blitzes, but that's unfortunately the way you get pressure now. That's it.
Yeah. So, like, So how many people are you setting on the server? Is it 5? Is it a 5-man blitz with your user?
Well, no, 4. You only need to send 4. You like
really?
Pretty much what happens is when you run into somebody that has 4 down linemen and you see them usering like a linebacker like 2 to 3 yards off the hip, like, and he has 4 guys rushing, that 5th guy is gonna come in and take he's gonna take everything from you, dude. Bro, he's coming right in, bro. Once you know how to do it, you're coming right in. Now look, what's gonna happen is EA more than likely is gonna look at it and try to figure out how to patch it. But realistically, the way that I just told you with the play action is the only way logically to do it. If they make the offensive line any smarter, it's going to open up the outside blitzes. Because remember, you're shooting the gap up the middle. So what EA likes to do is fix stuff by looking at it visibly and not understanding that when you fix that one thing, you open up something else. So that's what will happen if they actually fix that. But you won't have like you can still run the ball and do all that stuff, and play action kills it. But depending on who I beat on and whatever pro player is after me for what I'm doing, you know, they all go after me like, yo, bro, this guy's streaking everybody. So they're gonna talking about what I'm doing with this also. It'll be fine. But if they listen and do something, it's gonna make the outside blitzes even more vicious. So just get your butt cheeks ready for that. It's coming soon.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, Gold Rush in chat says it's 3 guys and a spy that you send immediately. Play action doesn't block it anymore. Wait, you use a rusher. You don't just send a spy.
No, I'm user rushing. See, that's what I'm saying. They haven't seen it yet, so they're going by what they know. This blitz is yeah. I haven't even shown it on stream yet. Like I was looking at some things over the last week, and it's like different ways to turbo blitz. You know, like certain people will understand what's going on with it, but they haven't seen it this way yet. You know, but they will, and you'll probably see it also. Yeah, you'll see it soon. It's gonna be out there soon. Somebody's gonna put out a YouTube video showing it anyway, so it'll be out there.
Yeah,
soon.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, as soon as you run it on stream, somebody's got a YouTube video going up a couple hours later.
Yeah, absolutely. So it doesn't really matter. And you know, like whichever way you figure out how to do it, like there's gonna be people that that are Einstein that know everything that's gonna tell you how to do it, and it won't work. But once you figure it out yourself, you'll be able to understand the concept. And once you see the concept, you can run it out of any blitz, like anything.
Huh? Yeah. Somebody's putting a link in the chat. Yeah, Gold Rush, go ahead and send me a whisper about that. Let me take a look at it. Interesting. Well, that kind of sucks, but that's a huge tip though. Play action. Tips with Gmia. There it is. Do you sell an ebook or anything?
No. I never wanted to do that because that wasn't really my thing. Like I like to help people with like basic knowledge, and I know there's like a there's a whole situation where people have that category. Like people that actually actively make their money off of it. I've never been the guy that wants to take part of everything. I just want to be able to do my thing and, help where I can or whatever. So I could sell it and make a lot of money as well, but that's not really my forte. But if people are struggling with certain aspects of it, or like you hit me up like, yo, Gmai, this guy's doing this. If I know how to stop it, I'll just let you know. Like, it doesn't really matter. But it's a lot of money to be made with Madden. But like I said, there's so much money. Yeah, there's so much money out there. There's no need for one person to have everything. That's just my belief. Everybody can get, their portion, and that's never been my thing. So, they can, whatever. Like, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, with your reputation, if you linked up with like a tip site or something and started like selling your ebook or tip on that, I think you can make some pretty decent money that way. But if you're not interested, I just want to throw that out there and let you know, like, because you have quite the infamous reputation about some of the things that you've come out with over the years and done and shown that I think a lot of people would be
you know what it is?
That.
It's sort of like this. If you meet a girl with a big butt, that doesn't mean she has to be a stripper. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you can be good at something and not utilize it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, just because, what's weird about that? My wife told me years ago, she's like, you should be doing that. You should be selling your ebook, whatever, because, you can do that. But it's another category for other people to do stuff. Like, I give you guys content, make you laugh about certain things, do certain things, have fun in those regards. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you and I wanted to collab and we just put out like a general, ebook tip, whatever like that, people will be very, very mad at us because we both have our different influences. You see what I'm saying? So if you start taking away from, this guy, that guy, whatever, not that I care individually about, these guys, like if I don't associate with you, you don't exist in my world. So if I don't acknowledge you, you're not alive to me. So I don't really care about that. But I'm just saying, like, it's just like, like you come on here, you do your stream, you do your thing, right? So that's something that you do. You buy packs, you build your team, and you play Madden. If you just said, you know what, I'm starting my own like tip site. A lot of people will be like, yo, why Gutfox taking everything? Like, yo, what's up with this dude? Like, is he serious? Even though, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll look at you sideways. And all I'm saying is, I don't really care. Like, the next man worrying about what I'm doing, I'm not worried about it. It's just like certain things. Like, I know like where my lane is, and it's not even about a comfort zone. I just know that a lot more people would be, like you said, they would, because I get people asking me about an ebook all the time. I just don't feel the need to actually, go through it and do that. But again, like, whatever it is, I would just give out the free tip and just say, look, if it's something that's really crazy, except for what I'm actually doing. Like I told you, I never once explained how to do the Gmia streak, but I showed the video, and a lot of people figured it out. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people started beating on the pros live on their stream, just mossing the hell out of them last year. But I don't like to make things easy for anybody. You got to learn it. If you learn it, it means more to you. It's sort of like this. Gutfox goes to the bar, meets a chick, bangs her the first night. That can't be your wife. She didn't make you work for anything. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta work, and it makes more sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
you can. That's it. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it, bro.
That's great. That is great. Well, Gmia, I appreciate you coming on the stream, having the talk. I don't want to keep it too long. We promised them an hour. We delivered. I thought that was fucking fantastic.
I think it was great. It was great.
Yeah, everybody go over. Follow his channel, sub if you got that Prime, or a couple bucks over there. Definitely. What time do you stream normally?
Usually I try to get on about I think it's sort of like around the same time that you're usually on. So I'm not trying to take your competition, bro. I'm just trying to stream. But it's usually like in the evening when I have, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, we're gonna both be streaming around the same times, like 2 or 3. But like I said, I've seen the way that you operate, which is why I felt like, you were a guy that I would talk to. Usually I don't talk to guys, but you're just you. You're not, like, the way that you are, I look for that. I don't like people that act like there's something else. You've been consistently a savage animal, and I like that. So we're not going to try to, give up my time. But usually it's like around, 2:30, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's usually when I go live. But you're usually on the same time. So it's all good. Either way, wherever anybody wants to go, that's fine.
Yeah, what's great. You used to be more in the mornings, weren't you? That's what I remember seeing.
Early. Yeah. I used to be in the mornings. That was like years ago when I had a different schedule. So now that my schedule's changed, typically I come on around that time, like 2, 3 p.m. But like I said, most of my people are on the West Coast. So, when I was streaming early, they had to get up, and it was kind of weird. Yeah. So with the feedback, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I get there, 3 p.m. Eastern, it's 12 noon their time. So I get some of the guys on the lunch breaks and all that stuff, so it works out a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much where it is with that.
Wait, why do you have so many guys on the West Coast? Because you're East Coast. Shouldn't there be a rivalry between you two?
No, the rivalry died with Pac and Biggie getting shot, bro. Like, everything is done with that. We're all good, bro. We are all good. Like, I spread love to.
That's not what my stream says. What's that? Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
Love. I spread love to anyone that is willing to accept it. Anybody else, I don't really give a F about them, bro.
That's right. Yeah, and love. I love that. Yeah, hell yeah. Well,
yeah,
appreciate
like
you.
They could. Yeah, appreciate that. But I'm just saying, just continue to be you, and you're gonna get all the success in the world. Just don't change for anyone, no matter what. You'll be good.
Hell yeah, right back at you. And try and do that ban appeal, because half my stream comments were, "Can I get unbanned from Gmia's stream?"
All right, so yeah, look, I'll talk to the mods. We'll figure it out, and then we'll do a ban appeal. We'll do a ban appeal process. We'll get it done.
I can't wait to see what you do with that, though, man. You're fucking hilarious. Keep on keeping on, my man. I'll talk to you later. Let's do this again. And then definitely hit me up when you decide to do the face reveal stream, or if you ever decide to do that, definitely send me the DM, and let's collab in the future.
Sounds good, bro. Hit me up. I'll be there.
All right. Peace. See you, Gmia.
Peace out, bro. Take care, bro.
You too.